Some secrets don't knock you down all at once. Instead, they wear you away day after day. And Cain Dingle in Emmerdale is trapped in exactly that kind of secret. He knows he has cancer, yet he's trying to hide it from almost everyone he loves. Cain believes silence is a way to stay in control, but the more he keeps it buried, the heavier the pressure becomes until it leaks out as sharp tempers, reckless choices, and an explosive confrontation with the one person who's actually been standing beside him, Sarah Sugden. From the very start of the episode, the tension is thick. Cain snaps at Charity at the garage when she shows up and insists he prioritize fixing Mackenzie Boyd's car instead of dealing with customers who already had appointments. On the surface, it's just a work argument, but underneath, Cain is in that touch me and I'll blow up state, something you often see in people carrying a huge fear they refuse to share. When you have to force yourself to look normal every single day, even small things can become a spark because the energy you need to hold it all together has already run out. Then Jacob Gallagher arrives and pushes everything even further. Jacob bluntly reveals that Cain asked Sarah to steal a car with him, and Charity instantly erupts with anger. They don't just condemn Cain for doing something wrong. They're furious because he's put Sarah's future at risk, especially when she's about to become a mother. Cain tries to defend himself, saying he told Sarah not to do it, but she insisted because they're struggling financially. Yet the more Cain talks, the more it sounds like he's just making excuses rather than truly explaining. There's a very clear psychological pattern here. When someone feels powerless in the face of illness or fate, they often cling to things that feel fixable right now. Money, work, fast plans, even bad decisions, just to feel like they still have some agency. And when Charity and Jacob corner him, Cain shuts the conversation down by storming off, as if he can't bear to face guilt, pressure, and fear all at the same time. Later, Dr. Liam Kavanagh, who also knows Cain's diagnosis, stops by the house. Liam sees what others may not. Cain dragging Sarah into the car theft might not be only about money, but a sign that Cain is cracking under the strain of keeping everything locked inside. Liam tries to persuade Cain to open up to more people, but Cain pretends not to hear and practically pushes him out the door. This isn't a simple, I don't need help. It's a defense mechanism. Cain fears the moment someone looks directly at his vulnerability, fears pity, fears losing the tough image he's always clung to. So the fastest way to protect his ego is to slam every door shut. When Sarah comes to talk to Cain, the conversation quickly spirals into a full-blown argument. Cain shouts at her not to tiptoe around him, not to pity him or talk down to him, and Sarah asks bluntly, "What do you actually want me to do?" Cain fires back with a line that feels ice cold. "Why don't you just stay away and leave me alone?" And that is what finally makes Sarah explode. Because Sarah isn't some outsider. She's the one carrying a secret that isn't even hers. She's the one lying to Jacob. She's the one risking her marriage, holding it right on the edge, just to keep Cain safe in the way Cain demands. But the more she carries, the more Cain unloads his anger onto her, blames her, and pushes her away as if she's the cause of the chaos. The argument escalates until Sarah says the one thing Cain most refuses to hear. The reason she's the only one in the family who knows he has cancer is because Cain is a coward, too afraid to face it, too afraid to tell the people closest to him. She reminds him she's gambling her own marriage just to keep lying for him, and yet he still screams at her and turns her into the punching bag for all his stress. Then Sarah delivers an ultimatum. Cain has to deal with this now and tell Moira because she can't keep living like this. To me, this episode isn't just family drama. It's a painfully real snapshot of Cain's holding it together psychology. Cain might genuinely believe he's protecting everyone by staying silent. But the truth is, when you hide a secret that heavy, you don't just drain yourself. You drag the people nearest to you into a spiral of lies and hurt. The harder Cain tries to look strong, the more his silence becomes a wall. And that wall doesn't just keep others out, it traps him inside. So the question now is, will Sarah's ultimatum be strong enough to force Cain to finally tell Moira the truth? Or will he keep locking himself in silence until everything collapses beyond his control? Do you think Cain is being strong, or just being afraid in his own way?